Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Danica. I am here in Helsinki, Finland. I got here last night and the sun sets here pretty early in the winter, so when I got here at 4, it was already dark. I went out for dinner last night with 2 of my best friends who live here in Finland. That was really cool. I actually rented an apartment that's around the corner from their apartment so we could be close. The city is not like humongous, but it's definitely like a walking city, and I just didn't want to have to like walk too far to see people I know. We also have 2 friends who are coming in this week from Paris and London, which is gonna be so fun. I really love Helsinki. I've been here probably like 10-ish times. But the first time I ever came here was 2003, which was in the winter, and then after that I would come almost every year in the summertime. I've missed a few years here and there, but yeah, I'm so glad to be back. I haven't been back here in about 3 years. So this morning I got up pretty late because I was so tired from yesterday. When I flew yesterday morning from London, I hadn't really gotten any sleep the night before because it was New Year's Eve, and I don't know, I think I was just like really nervous about missing my flight in the morning, so you know how that happens, like you just don't sleep. So I got here, I was pretty zonked, so I slept pretty solid last night, like 9 hours, which is pretty exciting. And it's like just before noon now, so I was gonna head out and go to the Apple store and get like a charger for my laptop. That's a European charger, and I was gonna go to the supermarket because there's nothing in the apartment, so I need to buy things like, you know, hand soap and also, you know, breakfast. Okay, I just went supermarket shopping. There's like no one outside and I think it's gonna just snow, but this is the main center where there's a huge supermarket downstairs. Got a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna head back to the apartment now, put it away, and then text my friends and see what they're doing because I kind of want lunch now. Hey, what's up guys? It is about 2:15, so I put all my groceries away and then I ate the sandwich and I ate 2 of the Carillion pastries, and then I ate an entire box of the little licorice. I was gonna do a separate favorites video, but I don't have a lot of favorites this month, mostly because I've been traveling. So when you're traveling, like, you don't take your whole life with you, and even though my luggage has vastly expanded since I was in France just 3 weeks ago, I don't have like lots of new things that I've been trying. Mostly I've just been stocking up on things that I know that I love. But I do have a few things that I've really liked this month that I've started using that I'm now using all the time. I have 4 items, which I don't think is enough for like an entire video, but I can talk about them really quickly here in the middle of the day before I go meet Chris for a coffee at like 3:30. So the first thing that I really like is actually an artiste brush, which I think if you watched an old video of mine, you would have seen that I picked it up about a month ago. I love these really dense brushes for blending and for concealer and for foundation, stuff like that. I like them better than beauty blenders. For me, a beauty blender is too much of a pain in the neck when you're traveling to like have this wet sponge on you all the time in like your bag or whatever, like even putting in a Ziploc bag, which I know some people do. Also, I didn't like the finish with it. I prefer a heavier coverage, and I just don't like having to involve water and like, you know, doing the whole like rigmarole, and then cleaning it was always really hard. I prefer cleaning brushes. I clean my brushes pretty frequently, maybe like once every 2 weeks. Anyway, so I've always really liked the dense brushes. I used to use a MAC one, and then I saw that Artiste came out with one that didn't have a handle, which makes it even easier for travel because you don't need like a huge beauty bag to stash it in. Plus, I like the fact that this covered so much of my face. So I picked this up a few weeks ago, and I think I did a video about it right afterwards. Oh, I think it was in France. I bought it right before I went to France, and I was using it in France, and I loved it so much. And it is something that I now feel like I am obsessed with. Like, I literally use it every single day. There's nothing else I would use to blend my concealer. Huge fan, the Artiste Palm Brush. Now, at the same time that I picked up the Artiste Palm Brush, I bought it at Cost Bar downtown in Brookfield. So there's a Cost Bar in there, and I'd never been in a Cost Bar before, and I was pretty blown away. It's like pretty cool because it's a very small store down there, but it's packed to the gills with like the best luxury beauty products. And the woman who was selling me the palm brush, we were waiting a little bit to use the register, and she was like, oh hey, we just got this new lip balm in and everyone's obsessed with this. It's so amazing. It's like full of peptides. I don't really know what peptides do, but I'm always in the market for a good lip balm because I get like chapped lips, my skin is very dry, and of course I love Rosebud. It's one of my all-time favorites. I also like you know, drugstore ones. Like I like the Maybelline ones, and I like things like that. And I also like, you know, old-fashioned like Vaseline lip balm. but I'm always in the market for like a higher end lip balm. I really like Creme de la Mer lip balm and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, you know, I'll give it a try. And I love it. I'm obsessed with this. It's called Lip Smart, and the packaging is kind of like boring. It's just like a white tube with gold lettering. The packaging doesn't look that special. It's actually pretty expensive. Their website is lipsmartusa.com. I think I looked at it when I got home. Basically it's formulated by like a scientist, and it's just super hydrating, lasts forever. Like if you put it on, and you know how dry airplanes are, if you put it on like when you like get on a plane, like 8 hours later, your lips are still like moisturized and non-goopy. I also like that it's not super shiny and not really sticky, which is my huge beef with a lot of lip balms, that the finish is like too shiny, or it's just like gets too goopy, or gives you that gross lip gunk on the inside of your lips. But I'm a huge fan, really like it, plus it smells so good. Mine is a little gross because I think I've used it over lipstick, so it's like a little dirty, but it smells like Japanese erasers from like my childhood, like kids, I don't know, it sounds really gross, but it's like fruit smelly. So I'm a huge fan, Lip Smart. The third thing that I'm really liking, and then I started using when I got to England because that's the only place I could get it, and I have now, like after I started using this, I just became like instantly addicted. Like it's one of those products where you put it on, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing, and it's so inexpensive. It's the Bourjois Radiance Reveal Concealer, and it's quite small. It looks like a tiny foundation bottle almost, and it says it corrects, illuminates, and it has 24-hour hydration. And I think what I like about this so much is that it is really hydrating. It's not like other concealers that are kind of pasty and maybe a little bit dry. I still love my Collection concealer, and I still use that all the time because the coverage is unbelievable, but I have been really liking this for under my eyes, because also this has a pinker undertone and the Collection concealer has more yellow undertone. So for me, the Collection concealer is better like on like blemishes and on like red spots, but this for illuminating under the eyes and for keeping that area which is like prone to fine lines more hydrated, this is the winner for me. The last favorite that I have for this month is not a beauty thing, it's not a fashion thing, it's just something I'm obsessed with pens and notebooks, and I think it's because I write for a living, and I sort of consider myself a lifelong student. I did go to school for a long time, and so I've actually tried tons of like different papers and notebooks and pens and pencils and stuff, and I'm always looking for the perfect notebook. I don't know if this is the perfect notebook, but it comes pretty close. I don't even know what brand it is. I bought it at a bookstore. It's called the Look Term. I think it might be it's from Germany. It's spelled L-E, I don't even know if you can see it on the screen because it's so light. It's Leuchtturm 1917. And this is a line of notebooks they have that's called Whiting. And as you can see, everything in it is printed in white. And the pages are actually a very pale gray with white lines. Now, the reason that it's this way is because there's an app that's associated with this notebook. This is a normal notebook. It's like normal paper. It's just light gray with white lines, and you write on it with like normal pens. It's not like one of those like fancy high-tech whatever like papers with like the secret dots on it, which I've used, so I don't really like that. But what's amazing about this, there's an associated app with it, and it's the White Lines app. And what you do is, if you want to share something from your notebook, say you're in a meeting and you're taking notes, or you're drawing diagrams, or you want to send like a really like, you know, basic sketch to somebody, but you need like the grid lines, or you need like just the line. I like lines on my paper. But you want to send it, but you don't want it to be like black lines in the middle of your notes or your drawing. What happens with this app is that you download the app and you like basically take a photo with it, you line it up against like there's borders on the sides of the paper, and you take a photo and it automatically shares to your Dropbox, to your Evernote. You can send it through emails, you can send it to your friends, and there are no lines. It like erases like the gray and it erases the lines. So it looks like just like you've drawn or written on something, like a blank piece of paper, and it's so easy to share and keep. I know that it sounds like not very useful, but I can think of so many situations where that would be useful, especially in the position of like working with teams and like, you know, going to meetings and sharing notes and minutes from meetings, and making it like super easy and not having like a messy looking thing with like lines or like graph paper all over it. Anyway, I'm so excited to use this. I picked this up last week in England, and if it works, I'm gonna go online and try to order more of these. I've only seen this notebook brand at the Strand in New York, but they only have like the super basic ones there. So they have like the blank ones and they have like the lined ones that are lined with black. I've never seen the one with the white lines, and I'm so excited to try it. Anyway, so those are my favorites for the month of December 2016. I guess I'm gonna go meet Chris for a coffee in a little bit, and then let's see where the day takes us. It's gonna get dark really soon because it's Helsinki and it's so overcast, and when I was walking around before, when I was coming back from the supermarket, it was already starting to snow. So we'll see. If I can, I'm gonna take some footage and then I'll just drop it in here. But thank you so much for watching, and if you like what you see, please subscribe, and I will see you as this week goes on. Bye. You guys, in the 1 hour that I was inside the apartment, it snowed, and it's still snowing. So yeah, I guess we're gonna go out in the snow now.